Good evening. Welcome. Today is Wednesday, March the 31st. Can you believe that, you guys? Just want to welcome you to tonight's demonstration. And let me go ahead and introduce myself. Hi, Denise. My name is Barbara Ragsdale, and I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am live here every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Hi, Jackie. In order to show you how to use your Stampin' Up! Products to make your scrapbook page layouts. So, welcome everyone. Hi, Bev. Just introducing everybody. Hi, Stella. Wherever you are, when you jump on, say hi. We got a group going here. Hi, Landa. Hey, Robin. I'm glad you made it. Robin is my roomie for a retreat in May. So, yay! It's always good when you have a roommate that you kind of sort of know and, you know, you don't mind sleeping in the same room with, right? So, looking forward to that. Looking forward to retreat, too, by the way. So, it's not a retreat that I'm doing. The one that I'm doing next month is in New Braunfels. And so, thank you for sharing, you guys. The one I have next month is the one that I'm hosting in New Braunfels. And Robin, who's watching, is going to be there as well, along with her sister. So, yay! So, that was one of the reasons for the change of scenery, too. But, I don't know, I think I kind of like this. But my table is like literally full of retreat stuff, and I don't want anybody to be peeking, so. But thank you for joining me this evening. If you're watching me for the first time, and you're not familiar with Stampin' Up!, we're a paper crafting company, and primarily most of us do cards, but we also can do home decor projects, samplers, just various gift ideas using the products that we have in our line, which is like a bunch. We've got a couple of catalogs right now. There's some things that are going to be retiring. Then we have some fresh things that are going to be able for everybody to order May the 4th, which for demonstrators, we're actually going to be able to start to pre-order tomorrow. And I don't know about you. I know there's some demonstrators watching right now. But I'm going to be in trouble because my pre-order wish list is pretty high, pretty steep. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I'm going to get this wheel open here so I do not forget. Because guys, oh my goodness, if you have not been able to, well, I guess demonstrators are the only ones that would be able to look at the new catalog online right now. And we're waiting for our physical copies to come in the mail. But there is so many new and refreshing ideas in the next catalog. I can't wait for you all to get your copies of the catalog, which, by the way, I went ahead and finalized my mailing selector earlier today because our deadline is midnight, but I will forget. I'll start working on retreat stuff, I'll start working on some other things, and I'll forget. So I went ahead and closed my mailing selector. So if you've ordered from me within the last year, I don't remember if I put a certain dollar amount. I think I say that somewhere, but if there was any kind of order or you attended an event that I did, you're going to get a color copy of the catalog, the new catalog that comes out May the 4th, which kind of, is that going to be a Star Wars joke? Is it Star Wars? May the 4th be with you? We always thought it was an April Fool's joke that we could order tomorrow, but it's not April Fool's. We're actually going to be able to order tomorrow. So, but once you get your hands on the catalog, we can start ordering May 4th, and those catalogs will be mailed out in the middle of April, coming directly from Stampin' Up. And if you don't get yours in the mail, no worries. You can still place your orders with me through my website, and any orders that are at least $25 or more, you're going to get whatever monthly host special that is, or our free monthly kit in the mail, which tomorrow starts a completely new month, so there will be a completely new special. And I will tell you, yes, Star Wars May the 4th, yeah. I always see a bunch of memes right around that time. So, and then Stella wants one of everything. Yeah, that's me too, and that's the problem. So, when there's a couple of things that say limit to, I'm like, do I really want to get two, or should I just get one? And that way we make sure there's enough for everybody to go around, because we all know that demonstrators can go crazy when it comes to pre-order, and just with us alone, things can sell out really, really quickly. So, so let's see. I've got everything ready. I wanted to do a little spin-off from Sunday's Live. So I'm going to be featuring the same suite that I featured when I did Sunday's cards, the ice cream suite. And the reason behind that was a lot going on in the middle of the week, and my bad for not really, I think sometimes we rush through things, and it can get confusing when it comes around the time for things to be retiring and things are either low in stock, already back ordered, or not orderable, that kind of thing. So, but I did want to extend the suite till tonight to do the first page layout, and both page layouts really, only because after reading some of the comments, I wasn't looking at the comments when I was doing the demonstration, but it came to my attention by reading through the comments that the way I had my book marked up was completely wrong. The ice cream suite bundle, the collection is retiring because certain items are retiring, but ultimately the stamp set and the coordinating punch, those are going to be in the next annual catalog. They're not going to be sold as a bundle, but all the other products, the designer series paper, the sprinkles, this gorgeous, what is this, Blackberry Bliss? I keep wanting to call it Gorgeous Grape, but it's not. It's Blackberry Bliss ribbon, and you'll get a better picture once I get this camera pointed down, but all those other products are the ones that are going to be retiring. So just keep that in mind. And let's see, what else? I think that's it. We can go ahead and get this camera flipped around. I will tell you on the prize what I decided to do. I had somebody a couple of weeks ago, I want to say it was a couple of weeks ago, place an order on my website. And the order was over $50. And so that qualified her to get not only the free kit in the mail, but also a coordinating accessory. But unfortunately, hey Melissa, unfortunately, when she checked out and left her information after she placed her online order, she opted for no contact. And so, but she also changed it and wanted to be part of my email list, but she still never left any contact information. So what that meant was the kit that I had reserved for her and the accessory, but most importantly, the kit, the free kit in the mail, I have no way to get that to her. And I have no idea if she's even watches me live or if she watches me, my replays or whatever. So the kit that I have for the month of March, the extra kit that I have right here, I'm going to be doing that as the drawing. And let me get this camera pointed down so that we can go ahead and you can see all these things, but move that off to the side. So let's get this flipped around so that we can get this started. Let me move this where I can see my name, and then that's the last time that you're going to see that host code and that QR code for the month of March. But if you remember, in the month of March, it was the snail mail suite, and I know I've showed this free kit several times. There's 3 cards, and then there's the mini paper pumpkin box. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 drawings. And let me get my wheel over here for last week, and we'll do 2 drawings really quick. I'm going to give 2 cards away, and then a box and one of the other cards away during the drawing. And if you're wondering how you can get on the wheel, when you like, comment, and share any of my videos, that'll get you on the wheel. But if you share, your name gets on the wheel twice. And we've had a lot of people win with their share. So let's go ahead and do that drawing so we can get that out of the way. And we'll do the box and the card first. I'm just writing off to the side so I don't forget. Shirley Taylor. Shirley Taylor, you're going to get a box, the mini paper pumpkin box and card, and these are not put together. Normally what I give away, things are put together, but this is going to be a kit, so you can make your cards, and then if you need to see how the cards are made, I can email you the tutorial for that piece. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do this again for the other 2 cards. Who's it going to be? Stella. I know Stella's watching. I thought I saw her on here. Didn't you win last week, Stella? She's lucky. Stella's lucky. So congratulations, you guys. And then now I don't have to worry about a kit that I can't get this to anybody because I don't know where to send it. And if by some chance this lady happens to contact me to ask me where her free kit in the mail and her free accessory is, then I will just give her a different kit. So fingers crossed that she collects her freebie. I hate not being able to give somebody something they've earned for free, but I guess if you don't want to be contacted, I can respect that too. So okay, so that is today is the last month for this particular code. So starting on the next Facebook Live, we will see a new code and QR code, a new host code and a QR code. And then lastly, even though I've closed my mailing selector, I'm still going to honor the free PDF and the free catalog. The catalog at this point will come from me directly. So when you join my email list, you're going to get automatically sent back to you a free PDF tutorial, and then I'll know anybody that joins today or in the future, I'll know to put their names off to the side in order to send them one of the new catalogs once I get them in the mail. So that is that. Oh, and if you're an active demonstrator, I have a different special gift for you that is so cute and you will love. You will really love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this going. Let me just point out again that what we're doing today for the layouts is using the Ice Cream Corner Suite in your January to June mini catalog, pages 48 to 49. And I corrected my thing here. So everything except the photopolymer stamp set and the coordinating ice cream punch will be retiring. Let's see. And let's grab this and get started. Let me show you all the paper. For those of you that didn't watch last week's video, this is the designer series paper, and it is so stinking cute. You've got these 3 images here with these 3 different colors. Like this one is primarily Bermuda Bay and Old Olive, and then this one is Blackberry Bliss, Calypso Coral, and that kind of looks like Highland Heather, like a light Highland Heather. And then this one you've got Bumblebee, Calypso Coral, Basic White. And then you have these 3 fun pieces as well, where you've got these ice cream cones, and then you've got these popsicle sticks, and then you've got these other ice cream cones. I'm gonna make y'all want ice cream by the end of tonight. And then because our paper is double-sided, you know, we always have these other fun and festive designs on the other side that coordinate with the paper, just so you can see. Let me see, can we see this? There you go. I don't know if you can see that. Lots of fun spring colors that will just make you want ice cream. And page 1, we're doing page 1 tonight. I've already cut everything as normal, and we're going to be using this particular designer series paper. The other side has this one as our backing. We're not going to use a cardstock because once everything goes on there, it'll be thick enough to be able to put in an album. Or if you didn't want to put it in an album and you wanted to frame it, these definitely look really, really cute in a white shadow box frame of some kind. Okay, so look at this particular pattern. It's kind of like waves, but it's Calypso Coral, and I was like, that's one of my favorite colors, is Calypso Coral. Okay, and so we've got this piece of Blackberry Bliss that we're gonna put down. So let's get this down. Y'all, this is gonna be so cute. And it is almost ice cream season. It's almost ice cream season. So I can already see all of the pictures of little kids, you know, on the front doorsteps, on the back porches, eating their ice cream with all of the, get this one down next, with all of the dripping ice cream and the sticky fingers and little puddles of ice cream that are melting and running down their arms and hands, and everybody's just enjoying themselves, especially if it's hot and like really warrants having some ice cream. So now we have this piece of designer series paper, which is this old olive, and it looks like old olive like stamped off. It's a really light old olive is part of the polka dots. So we're going to put this piece down right here. And I'm just using the lines on my designer series paper to make sure that I put that on straight. Okay. And then, oh, you know what? I have this piece of Pool Party. Oops. Let me see if I can fix this. I have got this piece of cardstock. This is the only, well, this is the biggest piece of cardstock that goes on there. It's not the only piece, but it's pretty close. I should have looked at my picture. Let me see if I can pull this up without really ripping anything, because this is supposed to go back behind here. I know this is horrible, but I'm talking at the same time, and that's going to get covered up. This actually is supposed to go back here. So let me put that back there. Let me move that up a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, and then I also have this strip of ice cream. I'm going to put this strip on, and I like the back of that. It's like a waffle cone. So let me get adhesive on this. I don't remember when we can pre-order, but all I know is that it's probably going to be a late night, unless it's sometime tomorrow during the day. We're going to put this piece up against, we're going to use the edge of this Pool Party, and then it's just going to straddle this piece of designer series paper in the middle. So once we put this piece up against there and line it up down here, oops, it's sticking to my fingers. Let me get this bottom piece down first, and then I can help with that one. There we go. That way we have a little bit of staggering going up at the top and the bottom. And then I have these two pieces of Calypso Coral that I went ahead and used the 3D painted textured embossing folder. This embossing folder is actually part of the Fine Art Floral Suite, but most of us will agree that this kind of looks like ice cream, like little slabs of ice cream. And these two pieces right here, they're both the same pieces, can be used as picture mats on here. And I'm going to put one of them portrait and one of them landscape, just for variety. And we're going to put that one right here, over there. And then this other one, if we happen to have had a landscape picture, we're going to put this one down here at the bottom, right here, just so that a little bit of this designer series paper shows up all the way around. Okay, and then I've got two pieces of designer series paper. This one is the waffle cone, and then this one is the sprinkles. I took a couple of pieces of that. I will have to cut it down just a little bit because I wanted it to be, I have to cut off just a little bit, not much. I would say that's probably like 1/2 an inch maybe. Yeah, that's about 1/2 inch on that one. So let's cut that off. And the other one, I'm not going to do any cutting on that one. This one right here, we're going to put some adhesive on the back. And then we're going to put this one right up here, and we're going to butt this piece up against all of that. And everything is actually laying down flat. So far, everything is flat to our base. Okay, and then this one, let me get some adhesive. I think I need to cut that one down too. Yeah, I need to cut that one down. I don't know what I was thinking on that one. That one actually does need to get cut down to about right there. This one's going to be just a smaller piece that's going to hang out on the other side of this Calypso coral piece over here. Okay. And then I have, I already did one, but I went ahead and cut this ribbon, this Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon is going to be retiring, and I do have I want to say this is a 24-inch strip here, and I'm going to make a double bow. I made one, but I'm going to make a second one while I'm online just to show you how to make a double bow. Fold that in half, and then I'm going to cut that tip there, and then I'm going to take both of my pieces and make a bow. Go. And then in order to adjust it, just hold the middle part down and pull your tails until you have your little loops the size that you would like them to be. Keep pulling it tight and just adjusting as you go along. If it helps to pull it tight, to put your fingers through those loops, you can do that as well. And then the double part of that, I just pulled it out. That way it kind of fluffs up that bow a little bit. That. And then we can trim our tails. I'm going to do kind of a couple of different layers here so that it's not one on top of the other. That one and that one. Okay. And where's my glue dots? Got some glue dots here. We're going to put some glue dots in the back middle. I'm going to use 2 since it's a double bow. We get a glue dot in the back here. And we're going to put one of them kind of over here. And then this other one, let me go ahead and trim. Yeah, I need to trim those. Let me go ahead and trim those too. I just think the colors in this one are just so cute. Trying to get that there. These are supposed to be my ribbon scissors, which are, I have several pairs of scissors, by the way. And one pair, if my scissors have ribbon on them, that tells me that I'm only supposed to use those for ribbon. And if it has my, like my other charms or something on it, I use those for paper. And I know I always have somebody in this house asking, do you have a pair of scissors? And I'm like, oh my gosh, because what goes through my mind is walking in here and seeing somebody using my ribbon scissors to cut paper. That would throw me over the edge. And then we're going to put that other one over here on this other side. That way we have a balance of ribbon on our layout. Okay. And then I've gone ahead and already punched out, die cut all the little ice creams that I'm going to be doing, but I am also going to show you how to stamp these as well. So let me show you, let me move that up just a little bit, how I did these. Let me get my paper. Okay, I just have a scrap piece of paper here, of basic white cardstock. And we're going to do these because when I did my video on Sunday, we didn't use this particular popsicle. We were using like the ice cream cones. Okay, so in order to do that, there's two stamps. We've got like the top and bottom, and then we also have the stick, the little wooden stick, and the two stamps that go with that. And I'm going to be using, I'm just going to make an extra one here. We're going to be using Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to stamp off Calypso Coral. Okay, so in order to get this particular popsicle, what we're going to do is we're going to stamp in Blackberry Bliss, and depending on how dark you want it to be, I want it pretty dark, so I'm just going to stamp directly on. But if you wanted a lighter version of that, then just use your stamp off technique and stamp over to the side, and then you have a lighter version of that Blackberry Bliss. Okay, and then we are done with Blackberry Bliss, and we're going to use Calypso Coral, and we're going to use the other side of the stamp. Okay, and what I did on that one is I did stamp off, that way it would be kind of two different colors, and this is my stamp off sheet from Sunday. So you ink it up, and then you stamp off, and then you will line this one over the one that you just stamped, and then give it a little pressure, and then when you pull it off, you've got that lighter color. But I want sprinkles, so I'm going to take the sprinkles stamp, and I'm going to stamp that one in Calypso Coral, and I'm not going to stamp off because I want those to be some pretty bright sprinkles. And then you just stamp over in that area right there. So we're done with that piece, but we also have our little stick, which we're going to stamp in cinnamon cider a couple of ways here. We've got our stick that I'm actually going to stamp off, and then just stamp directly beneath where the end of that ice cream ends. And then there's another stamp that looks like a little wood grain. I'm going to stamp that in cinnamon cider as well. And you want to pay attention because there is part of this stamp that is kind of round, like the edge of this. But I did it backwards a couple of times, and it wasn't really crazy noticeable, but it does match up with the other stamp, by the way. So now you have your popsicle, and that's how I did this one. And unfortunately, this one does not have a punch, and there's not a die, so you will have to manually cut that, which didn't take long. It's a pretty easy cut. And one thing that I did notice is, and let me get it, I've got it right behind me. The Timeless Label Punch, I was playing with this about a week ago. I mean, it'll help, but it's not going to be exact. But you could line up your timeless label punch to get around the edge to punch that out, but you're still going to have to do a little bit of cutting, but at least it does most of it for you, I guess. And then you can just take your paper snips and like round out the edge right there. So that'll help you a little bit, and then you just have to manually cut out these bottom pieces, which, you know, are pretty easy. You also have the option of stamping the little sticks separately from the ice cream, this popsicle. So there, I mean, that helped a little bit. But if you're used to fussy cutting, then you'll be fine with this. It's no biggie. So let me bring this back, shake that off there, and let's put some popsicles on. With this particular one that I did, I went ahead and put some of the sprinkles on there. I put some glue. I dabbed some of our Tombow glue, just small little dabs. And then I used the adhesive end of our Take Your Pick tool in order to get one at a time and just put it over those little dabs of glue. And then I have dimensional on the back, and we're going to put that one down here. Now this particular one right here, let me show you how you can do this one. There's no stamping in this one other than the sprinkles. And let me show you. This particular designer series paper that has these splotches on it, whether it's this one or the other two, you can take your coordinating ice cream cone builder punch and punch out that design in order to get that color. So whatever color you want, you can do that. And then if you wanted to give it some sprinkles, where is my sprinkles? They're over here. Getting my Bermuda Bay. I thought I had it out. You can take your sprinkles, and you don't have to stamp off, and then give it that little texture of sprinkles on that one. Very light stamping, very light. And then as far as your cone, this cone piece right here, you can certainly stamp it. We do have the cone stamp, and then we also have the little waffle stamp, and then you can punch out the bottom part with your punch, or you can just use the designer series paper, which makes it so much easier, and punch it out. But let me tell you, let me give you a quick tip when you go to punch it out if you're going to use this with your punch. When you go to punch it, normally we'll tell you to punch upside down so that you can see what you're doing, and that's fine. But with this in designer series paper, and I don't know if you can see this or not, I'm going to bring it up a little closer. Do you see those white edges on that paper? That's what's going to happen when you punch it upside down. So if you want to avoid those white edges, you'll want the white edges to be on the opposite side. So that means you're going to have to punch this upside down. So the good thing is this is waffle paper, so it doesn't matter which direction you put it in as long as it's upside down like that. And then when you do that, you have to do that pretty quickly. That one was kind of rough. Let me try that again. Let me go quickly. Let me go quicker than that. Let's get that in there. I know this is not going to be perfect because there's not a whole lot of punch left in that one. There we go. Then you don't have those white edges. This one didn't punch through all the way, so there's a little bitty lip there, but same thing. You don't have those white edges like you do when you punch it the other way. And that's how I was able to get a clean edge on those. Okay, so let's put these down. We're going to put that one right there. And then we have this one, which I stamped with Calypso Coral and then I stamped off Old Olive, and then stamped the sprinkles in full strength Old Olive, just for some color there. And then I also have this one. Yeah, this one. I got this one right here. We're going to put that one up here in this corner. Yeah, like that. I want it to be a certain way over here on this other side, and there's a reason why. And then I've got this other one where I've punched the top and bottom. I didn't stamp any sprinkles on that one. I kind of left that one alone. And then we're going to put that one right there. And then we also have, let me get my Blackberry Bliss gun here. What did I do with that one? Here it is. I know this looks like a little teardrop, but it's not. It's like a little melting, like a little drip. Can you guys see that? It's like a little drip. And we're gonna ink that one up. And let me see if I want to stamp it off. No, I don't want to stamp that one off. I'm gonna ink it up, and I'm gonna put this like right there. I'm gonna stamp one on there, and one right there, just to show it dripping. Yeah, let's do that. That's the only one I'm gonna do that on, but I am gonna leave my Blackberry Bliss open because down here at the bottom, right here in this little area right here, one of the sentiments says, "You melt my heart." So we're gonna stamp that down here in the bottom right-hand corner. And I just happen to have a really hard surface, but if you have a surface that, you know, is one of the folding tables, or maybe it's not a wood surface underneath, I would definitely suggest stamping on this piece of Pool Party first, and then using one of these foam mats. Okay, and let me see. It says I have low battery, of course, and I don't know why, because it's directly in power. So I'm trying to reach over and push this in another spot here. I don't know. We'll see if it... I'm almost done. Actually, I think I am done. Now that I think about it. I'm looking around to make sure I didn't miss anything. Check out my picture. I did my stamping. There's room for a portrait picture here, and then you've got a landscape picture here. And certainly if you were doing this layout, you could move things over. You also have room right here for another picture if you wanted another picture. So let's see. I think that is it. What do you think? Next week we will be doing page 2. So next Wednesday at 7 p.m. we will be doing the other side of the page layout, which will equally complement this one. So I do want to thank you for watching, and I do want to thank my YouTube audience too. So I know you guys watch me on the replay on YouTube later in the evenings. So thank you for subscribing to my channel, and congratulations to our winners today. And if you would like to join me this Sunday afternoon, I'll be back here Sunday afternoon at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So have a great evening, you guys. Good night.